Hello.
And welcome to Film
Bastards.
Gotta scream! Yeah! We're back the motion! The moon gonna do big! Woo! We're back the motion! The moon gonna do big! Rusted mire. Can't afford the beauty of it. Can't afford the luxury of turning our heads. Just a $1,000 smile, and behold the creation of man. Great words won't cover up the actions. Woo! We're back to motion. The moon's gonna do big. Down. We're back motion.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome people to episode 482 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Becky Foster, hello everyone.
and
Ian Loring, hello.
this week we don't kind of have a main review, do we?
It's a bit of confusion midweek, wasn't there?
A bit of
Yeah, I kind of fucked it a bit there, guys. To be honest, I'm gonna say that it's on me.
So we've got we're just going to talk some movies, and we're going to talk some bits, and you guys are going to talk about.
Well, we'll talk about Triangle of Sadness.
Let's talk about Triangle of Sadness, yeah.
Yeah, because we haven't done a full review of that yet,
No.
and you guys watched it, and I said I would, and then I forgot that I said that I would.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to talk about that. That's the closest thing we're going to get to a review. Ian is going to talk some Ant-Man. I think you guys are going to talk some Last of Us, aren't you?
A little bit of Last of Us, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I might have to get in the car and drive to Wales afterwards and murder Ian though if he's down. I won't really, Ian, it's a real long drive.
If I'm down for being murdered.
No, if you're down on the show, like if
Oh, okay.
if you're ragging on it.
Yes, we're going to get into that. Murder and other bits. We've just recorded, speaking of murder, the latest episode of Hits the Bong. Look through the movies of Bong Joon-ho.
You got it
I
right.
got it right there.
I'm so proud of you.
Thought about it,
Yeah.
went all the way through
There
it.
was a little pause, I
There
didn't
was a
know
little
it.
pause, yeah. Over on our Patreon, Patreon/Film Bastards. So if you want to go over there, it's only, $2 a month? And that's it. You get like extra shows and bits like that, and our eternal thanks. Also, we are a Pod Syndicate podcast. Go listen to my friends' podcasts, including the Rewatch Project, Cheers for Punter, Entertainment Landfill, and others out there. Yeah.
But after you've finished
But,
listening to
yeah,
it.
after you finish this first.
Yeah.
Well, now all that's out of the way. Ian, what's been happening in the movie news?
Can I interject actually before we get into the biggie that's happened this week? Because I don't think we've spoken about it on the show yet.
What?
Julian Sands.
Yeah, terribly sad that.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's like he's just
Still missing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't know whether he's just very niche and that I just really love him because he's in the fucking Rose Red series and like I really enjoy him in that.
Helena.
Boxing Helena, that's a great film. I don't mind rewatching that actually.
I mean, great film is possibly taking it a little bit.
Great,
too
enjoyable,
far.
not great.
It's a schlocky bitch.
Yeah, and we love a schlocky bitch in this
I
house.
love it.
But yeah, just I've not really seen anything about it anywhere, like anyone really talking about
I
it.
don't know. I've seen quite a bit of it.
Have you?
The Telegraph's, obviously the Independent story is covering it quite a bit.
Yeah. Just really fucking like. I mean, let's be realistic. His chances aren't great, are they? And it's like
We're gonna move right fucking down here, Bex.
no, but like I just went out for a hike. It's fucking awful.
It is horrible.
Anyway,
Should we got like Tom Sizemore's aneurysm now?
what?
Oh, God, yeah.
What's that?
Tom Sizemore's currently in critical condition with a brain aneurysm.
Oh fucking hell! They're horrible things.
Yeah,
Are they the slow ones or the quick ones?
they're the slower ones.
Oh, they're more treatable.
Embolism's the
Embolism's
the
the
I'm thinking of, yeah.
explosion ones.
So on to cheerier things. War. We love a bit of war, don't we? BAFTAs.
Fucking, yeah. So, All Quiet on the Western Front won like 6 or 7 BAFTAs. One for best cinematography, where they put the raw footage into Final Cut Pro and then went filter. War is hell. Good job, guys. So I mean, yeah, the BAFTAs. Some surprising wins. Austin Butler winning over Colin Farrell at the BAFTAs.
At the BAFTAs,
Yeah,
though.
that is bizarre.
And especially when Barry Keoghan won Best Supporting Actor and Kerry Conroy,
Condon.
Condon, Kerry Condon won Best Supporting Actress. I was thinking like, well, it's all wrapped up then, isn't it? And then boom, Austin Butler. So Austin Butler's winning the Oscar, which is wild. I mean, I'm okay with it. Don't get me wrong, but wild. It was an interesting ceremony. Ariana DeBose did a quite
my
spectacular musical number at the start.
Yeah, it's...
Is there actually a line that is Angela Bassett did the thing? Viola Davis was a king.
Was my
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like
I've
you're
avoided it like the
watching
plague.
it going, oh my god, this is like in the 90s when Dad's trying to rap.
Is it awful?
It's something.
It's pretty fucking bad. And
Yeah.
so the TV presentation was interesting because the last 4 awards were actually done live, which they never usually do. Even though that ceremony was a long old ceremony, because it started at 5:45 and it finished just after 9. That's Oscars level, but it's the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
And it was an odd ceremony because Alison Hammond came out at the start from This Morning alongside Richard E. Grant, and she was like, right, I'm off out back, see you later. And then every 10-15 minutes or so you just get Alison Hammond sat in the Royal Festival Hall just chatting to randoms because everybody needs to know what Jerry Halliwell thinks of everything.
What?
Yeah, it was Jerry Halliwell, Martin Freeman, and somebody, Ali Plum from Radio 1 at one point there. Who knows why?
And Martin Freeman's known to be he's not known to be a dick with that, but he's known to be quite prickly with people.
Impatient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Austin Butler and Helen Mirren together. No, or was it Emma Thompson? Or was it Helen Mirren? No, Helen Mirren. With Emma Thompson. Helen Mirren was on it separately. And then Alison Hammond talking to Helen Mirren about how she knew that the Queen liked her performance in The Queen. Also, that reminds me, I still haven't got an answer on this. There was a tribute to the Queen where for some reason the picture of Spike Lee went up on the montage at one point. And I genuinely don't know what that was about. It was a really, really weird ceremony. And then in the end, it's alright. War Film wins a bunch of stuff. Banshees wins a bunch of stuff. Barely anything else gets a look in. And hey, no people of colour won again. So, well done.
It is a little bit like the British are obsessed with war.
With the olden days war.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that and this Ariana DeBose thing. I'm just like, I can imagine people at home watching this going like, who's this?
It does feel a little bit like, you know, the hold my beer meme.
Sure.
It does feel a little bit like someone went, oh look, the Golden Globes are back. That'll be a bit mad. And the BAFTAs went, hold my beer.
Yeah. No, quite. I mean, it was, oh God. And there was one award where it was visual effects for Avatar. Right, Avatar is going to win visual effects, yeah? Agreed?
That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah. They had those people sat in the rafters in the Royal Festival Hall, which is where they do the LFF premieres and stuff. They were sat right towards the back, pretty high up. that would take fucking forever to walk to the stage, and they edited it because it just took so long for them to walk down. The applause had stopped by the time they got to the stage, and then when they got to the stage, people started applauding again. Brutal. But Avatar visual effects, you move those people closer to the stage because they're going to need to go up to the stage at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird ceremony. I pray All Quiet on the Western Front doesn't win anything more than Best Foreign Language at the Oscars, because I will be so annoyed I will wake Lottie up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it now.
It's fine. It is fine. It is the most default war is hell. You get as much insight about the horrors of war, genuinely, from Call of Duty World War II's single-player campaign as you do in that film. I'm actually not joking.
My only thing with the reason why I haven't watched it yet is, like you said there, it looks very generic war is hell, and it's 2.5 hours, and I'm just a bit like...
Do I need 2.5 hours of war as hell?
Yeah.
And the thing is, in that film, basically, as soon as they get to the front, it's like, oh fuck, we made a mistake. And it's like, yeah, you did. And now we have to watch you make that mistake for another 2.25 hours. And you'll never guess the ending.
There's a handful, though, that I'm really, really happy about. Really glad that Austin Butler won Best Actor, because I don't think he'll get the Oscar.
He's getting the Oscar.
I don't know. I think it could be Colin Farrell for time served a little bit.
If Colin Farrell doesn't win on home soil, I just don't see how that happens.
Yeah, but like 90% of Americans think they're Irish anyway, don't they?
That's a good point.
That's a good point, yeah.
So, there's that element of it. So I'm really glad that he won Best Actor. I'm really, really glad that Barry Keoghan and Kerry Condon won for Best Supporting, because they are both fucking stellar in Banshees.
Yes.
Good acceptance speech from Kerry Condon as well.
I haven't watched any
charming.
of it, but yeah, I'm just really glad about those. And Best Casting for Elvis. I mean, yeah,
Best casting.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good BAFTA. Oscars should do that.
Yeah, get best casting. Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense that actually. Yeah, that should be a category actually. Yeah.
Straight up, best casting and best
Stunts.
stunts / action team.
Yeah.
Yeah, stunts for years have been. It's been one of those where it's not been.
And also, if you want to get popular films nominated for Oscars to get the viewers up, best stunts is probably a good way of going about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few that I think they got really right.
Yeah, I just always see it as a little bit like, I don't know, it's the BAFTAs, isn't it?
It's the pre-Oscars, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Anything else happened this week? Do we know if anyone's noticed?
Not really. It's apart from the BAFTAs, it's all been pretty low key. Like the European film market's continuing. We talked about Ship, the sequel to Plane, last week, and there's been a few other things as well, but not too much of note. The Tom Holland, fucking. It's Fred Astaire. That was it. I had Clark Gable in my head, and I knew it was wrong. But yeah, that film looks like it's getting going, and it's been selling rights and stuff. So that is happening. That could be interesting. It could be really teeth grating.
Yeah, it's one or the other, isn't it?
He's a real good dancer, though.
He's a very good dancer, but it's also a bit like it depends on what story they're going to try and tell. But yeah, so yeah. Right, we're moving on. Trailers. It's not that many, I don't think, this week, but there's some fun ones there.
There is.
Yeah. So, Bex, what trailers have you watched? Did you? Well, I know because I watched them with you.
The same ones as you, you fucking
Yeah.
weirdo.
So we watched Zodiac, but with girls, didn't we?
I wish she'd just go away.
I mean, she's gone away and she's come back. This is the
Stay
Boston
away.
Strangler trailer.
Yeah, I didn't watch this. I just saw it was online. How was it?
You didn't fucking miss out. Just watch the Zodiac trailer and just like have little faces of girls on lollipop sticks and move them around.
Just imagine Jake Gyllenhaal's got tits, yeah?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Right,
it-
okay.
it is.
And it's significantly less attractive.
It is painfully watching it going, right, so it's shitty Zodiac, but with girls. And the thing is that's not saying that Zodiac would be shitty with girls, but that is how that trailer is put together, isn't it, Becky?
Yeah, yeah.
There is some almost like exactly the same beats as Zodiac in
Yeah.
that trailer. It's quite something.
Fucking Kira, I speak BBC English, so I can only do period pieces now.
She could try to only do period pieces. She could only do pieces set in a very specific time.
yeah.
She could do anything set from 1920 to 1958.
She doesn't bring anything to the table, does she? She started off pretty strong because she was skinny and hot, but then she's not that talented, and she's not really developed herself or pushed herself to get better. She's just there.
It's not a great trailer.
She's like a coat rack with a wig on.
I'll watch it.
In fact, I'd watch that more if someone was just moving a coat rack around.
Just, if anyone wants to do
Some
one of
googly
those
eyes.
edits,
Yeah.
they could just put a code rack with some googly eyes on it to do like the entire atonement.
It wouldn't look much different, to be fair.
So yes, it's not. It doesn't look great, but I probably will still watch it. What else have we got? Ian, did you watch the Sisu trailer?
I did. Yes. This has taken the internet by storm.
Has it? I'm glad about that because the bit where he throws a landmine at somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't it, yeah, like a bad guy's like, right, there's mines everywhere. Okay, how do we test it?
Oh no, there's a bit before that where he literally someone walks
Oh,
out into the mist
yeah.
and there's something flying through the air and it hits you on the head and it's a fucking landmine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, lots of fun with landmines seems to be a theme of this film.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm going to check how long it is because if it's anything more than 104 minutes, I might be out.
Well, it's the guy, I believe, if I remember correctly, it's the guy who directed Rare Exports, and I think that film was like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, we have
I've got faith
91
here.
minutes.
perfect, beautiful, no notes.
Yeah, that is exactly as long as this movie needs to be. Bring
It
it
looks
on.
fucking ace, doesn't it?
Yeah, very up for that.
Love a bit of gore.
And building up to like the big two.
The big two.
Yeah.
Okay.
2.
So Past Lives we watched, didn't we?
Everyone's getting
Yeah.
fucked over in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch this. Everybody on Twitter was saying, "Oh, this looks like the most heartbreaking, wrenching." Yeah, cool, man. I'll get to it when I get to it. Fuck you.
It very much does look like that. There's very much like you're watching it going, one of you people, and I think I know which one it is. And I can't remember the actor's name, so let me just fill for a few seconds while I find out what his name
Kevin
is.
Costner.
Actually, John Magaro, who was in like The Big Short and First Cow and things like that. He's the guy who's getting fucked over in this. You can tell from the trailer, and you're gonna go, "Ah."
Is he the husband? Yeah.
So this is in the genre of sad bastard film that I'm getting increasingly I can't be arsed with.
Yeah, it does appear like that. It's a movie that is just tool designed to try and make people between the ages of 27 and 45 feel things.
No, this is it. I'm slightly done with being emotionally affected by
And the
films.
thing is, as you get closer to the 45-year-old thing, as you get closer to that, you are getting closer to going, I don't need to feel these things.
Yeah.
No. That's that. Yeah, honestly, I think that's exactly it. It's like it is. I only have so much time left, and if I want to watch a film, cool. If it's nominated for an Oscar or something like that, I suppose I will because it's in the conversation. But if it's just something where people are going to call it one of the best films of the year for 2 weeks and then no fucker ever talks about it again.
Yeah. it's that thing. It's if it is. I just think it is. It's, and I don't think it's all man yells at cloud. I think there's a cloud there, and the cloud is there, and I'm allowed to point it and go, that's a cloud. There's an element of that is maybe I have just become too cynical to care about feeling these things. Not that I don't feel them. It's just that I'm looking at going, do I really need to feel that on a Thursday night when I've got to be up for work in the morning?
Yeah, but that's it. And it's just like the other people who are feeling these things are all twats.
The thing is, this movie, I would prefer to feel these things on like a fucking Tuesday morning on my day off. I'm alright feeling them then, when I want to feel them.
Do you know what But this is the thing. Past Lives, I could give or take it. Like, it had like really good reviews out of Sundance and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, brilliant, dude. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Do you know what? The end of when I've had a busy week at work, you know, I'll be honest, it's like Women Talking. It's like I was going to go and watch that on Monday night. And I was like, do you know what? I've had a day at work. I'd have to drive for half an hour so I can watch very important things be discussed
So I can be told
for an
off.
hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I can be told off in sepia with costumes.
Yeah, or I can stick on the PlayStation and do karaoke and Yakuza 0 for a couple of hours.
That's it. It's the, you know, there's an element of that, and I think occasionally you have these little bursts where you go, do you know what? I'm actually in the mood for the next couple of weeks to be fucking told off. But in the back of my brain, I also know that will culminate with me going, or I could just watch The Rock.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe
The film The Rock.
segueing...
Not the actor. That's fine.
Maybe segueing, if it was after a long day at work and there was a 7:45 showing of The Pope's Exorcist...
Yes!
Oh, this is very much Foster Nip, isn't it?
Now,
Absolutely, yeah.
We love a bit of Catholic horror, don't we?
Yeah.
whoever the fuck had the idea to cast Russell Crowe as the Pope's exorcist, who it seems like basically has to stop himself from being possessed by Satan, I would like to buy you a drink. This looks like the best shit film.
The thing is, what I will say is, so this, if you were
And
to
it's out
say
on Good Friday. Sorry, I just find that hilarious.
that is brilliant. Well done to the marketing team on that.
Yeah.
That is some Last Temptation of Christ levels of we've worked this out.
Yeah.
This and the Super Mario Brothers movie is going to be an incredible double bill. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, the thing is, if you said to somebody around the mid-noughties, or in 20 years' time, Russell Crowe will be starring in a schlocky-looking film called The Pope's Exorcist, where he plays the Pope's exorcist, the Vatican's lead exorcist, who is possibly being possessed himself. You'd be like, no, he won't. Unless that is being directed by somebody incredibly highbrow, and it's a really serious sit-down think piece. No. But if you were to have watched the movie Virtuosity, which we'll talk about later on, and you were to look at that Russell Crowe, you'd go, oh my god, yes.
Take my money.
Yes.
So, this is directed by the guy who directed Overlord and who is next directing Captain America 4.
There's a
I
Captain
believe,
America 4.
if I remember correctly. Yeah, starring Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America
Starring
and
White
Harrison
Noise as
Ford
Captain
as the
America.
president.
No.
Great stuff. Who knows? I think it's him anyway. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Anyway.
It sounds like the sort of spin the wheel and let's see where it fucking lands decisions that Marvel have been making recently.
Little bit, yeah. But the Pope's Exorcist, just I feel like it might have the tone the right side of campy. Like the one bit where it's like, bring me the priest! And then the priest comes in and gets blown out the door. It's like, Not that one. Brilliant.
I mean,
yeah.
We do know who's voicing the demon, don't we?
I don't know. It sounds like Statham.
No,
Who?
it's Ralph Ineson.
Oh God, that makes all the sense. Yeah, that is Ralph Ineson, isn't it?
Yep. Ah, just
Great.
so we have the BAFTA's best casting next year.
Yeah.
No,
Goes to.
And Franco Nero as the Pope. It's great. It looks like the best kind of Bobbins.
So,
Like the Unholy from a couple of years back, the Jeffrey Dean Morgan one. Good time. Good, trashy as fuck time. That is what this looks like.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. But it does look trashy. And I love that.
It looks like bollocks. It looks like absolute bollocks. And I can't wait.
Yep. So talking of looks like bollocks. Thank you for that, Sue. Tetris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very much a go on then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does. There seems to be a few of these crazy stories about quite normal things.
Yeah, like the fucking shoe one that we talked about last week. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's out the same weekend as Mario and the Pope's Exorcist as well. God, that's going to be a good week.
Tetris.
Yeah. To be fair, like I remember reading ages ago that the story of the whole Tetris thing was quite an interesting story. The fact that they decided to make like a big budget Hollywood movie about it just seems insane. But I'll watch it because it's got Taron Egerton in it.
Yeah, I'm very up for a Tetris movie. It seems like this is like 2023's gone. Video games. Go on then.
Yeah.
Does seem to be a bit of a trend, doesn't it?
It does,
It's yeah. But I mean, it is an odd story, like Tetris being tied up with the Russian government and the whole kind of like, how do we get this out there? Like, it looks like there's going to be plenty of embellishment of the truth, but there are going to be like nuggets of the truth in there as well. But they're just going to take what they want from real life, add a bunch of bollocks onto it, and have a fun time. It looks entertaining.
Yeah.
That's what I want now. It's basically sad bastard films. Nah, mate, you're all right. Tetris and the Pope's Exorcist. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it, let's go for it. Any more that we've got there, or was that it for us for trailers?
I think that might have been.
Yeah, that's it our side. Right. So just gonna cue it up here. But yeah, we watched Triangle of Sadness, didn't we, Rebecca?
Yes.
Do you know what people regret on their deathbed?
Can you turn the phone?
No. That they were working too much, 7 out of 10 people are regretting that they were throwing away their lives on stupid and pointless jobs.
Can I get you anything to drink?
I don't know, I was just born into this life. It was not my fault. And when this happened, I just felt like, why? Life is so unfair.
Yeah.
We are all equal.
That is so true.
Everyone's equal.
Written and directed by Ruben Östlund. This one stars Harris Dickinson, Sharby Dean, Dolly Dean, Leona. Sharby Dean, the one that sort of sadly passed away.
Yeah. Bacterial sepsis, it said on the thing I read.
That fucking sucks.
That does, yeah. Zach Kovarik, I'm always nice to see him in things. It's always fun.
Was he the Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And Woody Harrelson. I like the idea that with Zach Kovarik that he doesn't walk around normally looking like that. that is his Russian oligarch fucking costume that he says he puts on. Because he does this, he plays it in a lot of Western movies.
Oh, okay.
Where he plays that. Yeah. So what does IMDb say about this?
It's very vague.
A fashion model celebrity couple join an eventful cruise for the super rich. It's, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's very fucking black fucking satire, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, a literal, they're sinking in their own filth at one point. It's just quite something.
Yeah. It's very much sparing the capitalist culture in which we're all forced to live, isn't it?
But I very much did enjoy the opening. The opening lets you know what's going on very, very quickly, with it being the male model casting bit.
I loved that bit.
Yeah.
I could have watched an extended fucking sequence of them just going, H&M, Balenciaga,
Yeah.
H&M.
It's just, you're there going, oh, all right, fair enough, go on then. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
And they're very much the, yeah, all right, you bastards, I'm in.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Harris Dickinson is supposed to essentially be kind of like the viewer's avatar in this, like the most normal, the most grounded. But he's such an aggy bitch, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, that he's supposed to be. Look, he's a bit of a dick, but he's not like an absolute dickhead. He's just a bit of a. He's the most sort of set to normal of the lot of them.
Well, I think he's presented as being the most obsessed with money because he doesn't have it. Whereas the rest of them are quite flip about it.
Yeah.
Because they've got loads of it.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's quite interesting from that point of view. Like, and it does happen. Like, people that don't have money are the most obsessed with money and getting of money and retaining of money.
People have a taste of, I think, of money and exist in a world that has money. I think is more the thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's interesting as well, though, isn't it? Because then in the third act, Dolly de Leon kind of has the power, and then everyone's kind of in thrall to her, and then she kind of comes as fucking like not vapid, but like as poisoned by the power as they do in the second act with the and like the rich people on the ship are, you know, like it like Dolly de Leon by the end is not a million miles away from that woman saying, "You must all swim."
Yeah,
you know,
she literally becomes Zlatko Buric, but a worse version. You know, her essentially using is it Carl? Is called?
Yeah, sounds right.
Carl, Harris Dickinson's character, essentially basically using him as like arm candy because she deserves that, because she has all of the power. So why wouldn't she have this? Why wouldn't he just obey to that? And that scene of them where he's discussing it, and Carl's kind of going, "Oh God, this is right, but I don't like it. But she's right." And it's the how quickly it just everything shifts back to some kind of semblance of everything will always be the fucking same.
Power corrupts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it's like a base level reading of it is kind of like Eat the Rich, but then it is just like, actually, do you know what? Eat humanity. Any motherfucker would like be a dickhead if they had the power in a situation. Like, there is no like the fucking like socialism aspect to it. It's you know, and I mean, like, it even speaks to you know, fucking awful opinions of people about like, well, if you give marginalized societies too much power, all they're gonna do is like just like lord it over you. Like, I mean, the Planet of the Apes films kind of like point to that as well. Yeah. Just this very, very depressing view of humanity, which, when you look at like the baser instincts of people, and I'm not saying a specific type of people, just people, that might be right. Like, altruism, is that a thing? In Triangle of Sadness, definitely not. In society, it's a question I think people don't really want to fucking ask. It's a really interesting film. The more you think on it, actually, is Triangle of Sadness.
Oh yeah, the fact that you get to the end where you've got it's like she there gets to the point of where she will literally kill to hold on to her power.
And she 100% fucking kills her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even though to be fair, in that situation, like, you could be my assistant when everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck
I
you.
can help you. You could work for me.
Because there is that thing of her saying that, and she does start to stop and think, "Can I do this?" And then it's the moment where she says, "You can be my assistant." She's like, "Fuck you."
Oh dear. Yeah, that ending is absolutely beautiful.
I will be honest. I was at one point I was like, this is fucking 5 out of 5, fucking glorious for me, and then it did start to bag a little bit for me, and it didn't. It dropped down to a 4 for me. I was still really enjoying it, but I was a bit like, no, you're a bit too much enjoying how fucking clever you are yourself now.
In which bit? Sorry,
pulls it back up to a 4.5 for me.
Yeah.
That's the second act. I just found went on a bit. I got the point, and the film is 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, I think you could cut quarter of an hour out of it
Sure.
without even noticing. I think you could cut quarter of an hour out of it. But then there's just some wonderful just moments within it.
Yeah. The bit where, obviously, there's the whole section where Woody Harrelson and, what's he called? Flatford Burich arguing socialism versus capitalism, and then all of a sudden when he's on the island, it's like, well, we're all in this together, we have to share.
Yeah, he becomes a full-blown socialist very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then when he finds his partner's body,
Oh, and he's taking all the
he's
jewellery off.
taking the jewellery off.
Yeah. I very much enjoyed the bit where she's like posing with all the pasta, and then she just like goes back to looking at her phone. And they're like, "Are you going to eat it?" Oh no, I'm gluten intolerant. What?
Yeah, they don't portray her as anything other than. I like the fact that what they do wonderfully with her is you get no backstory for her.
No.
You never see any of her social media or anything like that. She, as a character, is only ever presented as surface level to you.
Yeah, she's 2-dimensional,
She's
vapid, isn't
nothing.
she? Yeah.
There is nothing.
There's no
to
redemption
her.
arc either, where she suddenly gets deeper.
But then at the start, like in the first act, and forget because it's been a while since I've seen the film, but there's the stuff about how it kind of resolves their kind of argument. She's just like, I know how this is going to work. I'm going to be a fucking trophy wife at some point, and you're going to, like, basically I've got kind of like a limited shelf life, and then it's going to be your turn to like make the money. Am I getting that right? It just in terms of like she almost knows what she is.
Yeah, she says something about getting pregnant and not being able to work anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, she basically says to Carl, without Carl realising, this is a relationship of convenience for both of us. We get great exposure for each other.
Yeah.
And it's that. But when she says at some point I'll get pregnant and this won't work anymore, he thinks that he's going to be the one that gets her pregnant, and she doesn't mean that at all.
Oh no, she means once I can't earn the money I'm on now, I will find someone richer than you that can support me when I get pregnant.
If you don't get rich enough.
Yeah, which he won't, because he's a male model and they don't get paid as much.
Yeah. And the fact that he calls her on the, originally in the restaurant, calls on the fact that she does see him put what is it down. It's very cleverly directed, that scene. When the waiter puts the thing down, she does acknowledge the waiter, and he sees her acknowledge the waiter that he's put it down, that he's put the bill down. and then just waits for him to go, right, I'll get it, and then says, well, I didn't notice it. And he's like, you fucking what? And the fact that then when it all gets reconciled, she admits, oh yeah, I completely was trying to play it.
I just find it very easy to manipulate people. Fair.
But it is,
I have very old-fashioned views on paying in restaurants, though, to be fair.
But even you said at the end, didn't you, Max? And this isn't, I'm not criticising you here, but even you said at the end, I don't want her to die. And I was like, why? I went, because it's sadder when pretty people die.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. I want Bad with the wife with the Cynthia doll hair dying. That was fine.
Yeah.
That was grim, her section where she was just rolling around in the fucking piss and vomit in the...
Yeah.
But the brilliance of her literally vomiting up but still insisting they feed her champagne
Yeah.
is just fucking great.
Do you want some water? No champagne!
It's a heck of a fun fucking ride, it's Triangle of Sadness.
And a collection of really fucking standout performances as well. Like, they don't stand out from each other, but they stand out from the pack.
Yeah, it's the second or the third thing I've seen Harris Dickinson in.
Plays Dickie Attenborough, doesn't he? In,
I like
CLD
him.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does interesting shit, like the King's Man.
Yeah.
Like, the way that, like, you think he's just going to be the fucking skin job action hero. And then it's like, actually, no. A point of this film is he went into war kind of basically, like, wanting to just experience war and kind of live to tell the tale. And he gets killed off halfway through, and then it's Ray Fiennes leading it. And, like, that kind of smart... It feels like he's someone who reads the material and, like, okay, there's some interesting shit to this. He's not just appearing in random blockbuster number 12.
Yeah. It's very... Yeah, he does seem like he's going to be an interesting dude. I mean, he's currently filming that the new Steve McQueen, isn't he?
Oh, Blitz.
Yeah.
Oh, great stuff. Good.
Yeah, if you go back and look, he's interesting and he's fun in this. It's a... Yeah, I'm really quite taken with Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah, we both commented, didn't we, that if... I mean, this would have been really high in my top 10 of last year if we'd watched it in time.
It would have been, yeah. Let me have a quick double check of my top 10 and find out where I probably would have put it. Year in review. I mean, it might have got... It'd have been top 10. It probably would have been number 6.
Yeah. That would have booted Elvis out.
It would have bumped Elvis out of my top 10, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, definitely not shit.
Definitely not
really,
shit.
Yeah. And a score that I both didn't like, but thought it was a perfect score for this film.
Oh dear.
Yeah, definitely not shit. I thought it was too long.
Yes,
but
I agree with that.
I think it's more interesting the more you kind of think on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. And, I mean, it's nominated for Best Picture. No chance of winning it.
No.
Picture, director, screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good nominations.
Not a chance that it's winning it, but very glad that it's been nominated.
I would have liked to see Dolly De Leon in Best Supporting Actress. I think if she was nominated, they would have done a good campaign for her.
Yes. Yeah, and she's very, very good in it.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
fucking great.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's when she starts picking up the pieces and the other woman who's been on who's just an outright fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is explaining to her, what are you doing with those? And she's like, well, I caught the fish. And it's just explaining well, these people don't know how to do it. It's like, yeah, I know.
I caught it, I dressed it, I made the fire, and I cooked it. These are mine.
Yeah, and then the way that she just, whenever she just says, who's captain? And she's just throwing them the bits. Yeah, what a great film. What a treat.
Really good, yeah.
enjoyed it, guys. Nice.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to take a break.
And
Like-
what an ending.
On a fucking great ending.
Yeah.
A beautiful
What
shot
him
film.
like him running and whatnot.
Yeah,
yeah,
because he's worked out shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Last of Us. Go on then. What's been happening?
So I haven't caught up with episode 6 yet. We were talking before we started recording. I've got to be in the right fucking frame of mind to watch The Last of Us. So I managed to finish episode 5 before we started recording today. So we're going to talk about that one. So it's the one after the introduction of Sam and Henry. The end of the 2-episode Melanie Linsky arc.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't end well for her, does it?
No, and
I read a comment that said, and I haven't watched these yet, I might not. Does she play Apocalypse Karen?
No.
That's what I read, that said she plays Apocalypse Karen.
Yeah, people are being fucking dicks about it. It's because it's a character that's not in the game. She's basically the Kansas City version of Marlene. So she's led the resistance. Do you remember who Marlene was?
Yep.
Don't do you?
Nope.
Basically, she led the Fireflies.
Yes, her.
So Melanie Linsky's character's brother was the leader of the resistance.
Right.
He was given up to the army guys. What are they called?
Fedra.
By Henry.
Yeah.
Because Henry needed medication for Sam because he had leukemia.
Right.
So he had to give him something big. So he gave him information on her brother, despite the fact that he was this inspiring figure and he loved him and he was a great man, blah, blah, blah. Still gave him up. And then Melanie Linsky's character is just real fucking sore about it. So she's then taken over control of the resistance, led a massive uprising, which is why there's no more Fedra in Kansas City. But she's doing it from a place of rage rather than wanting to liberate people. She really just wants revenge on Henry.
Cool.
So, I want to starting to key in with this show, which may be slow on the uptake, but it's like you introduce characters and you get them for an episode or two, but it's not really the characters that are necessarily the important thing. It's the ideas that they're representing. And it's taken me to this point to kind of click with that, because I think if you wanted to be negative about the show, I think you could go, all right, so Frank and Bill are in it for that episode, then they're gone. All right, well, what worth did they actually give other than telling a self-contained story? Melanie Linsky is in it for the 2 episodes. She's obviously not going to be in it again. What was the point of the character? And it's like, it's not because they have character arcs, but they're not the point of the show. The point of the show is like, these are the things that Joel and Ellie are experiencing, and Sam and Henry as well. Actually, they're these things that Joel and Ellie are experiencing that are going to lead to the characters in the future, and certainly with Joel, a decision he's going to make at the end of the first season.
They're game levels.
They are, and it's a little bit. I don't know. There's a part of me that kind of feels like it's a transient story, isn't it? Like you're traveling from one place to other. So any of the other characters, you're not going to see that much because either they're going to move on or they're going to be killed.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's not a post-apocalyptic show in the sense that it's just happened either. Like, people are settled with something like The Stand, for example. The characters are introduced and then they join up together and they travel together to a place because they don't have anywhere. Like, whereas in this, you're coming across people that they've found their place, they have their place. So when you move on, you leave them behind. It is, you know, by definition of the format of the show, you are going to have people come in and out of it, but it's how, I guess, they change Joel and Ellie's outlook and dynamic, I suppose. No, exactly. I mean, that is it, and it just like, I feel
It seems like people are adapting well to that. Even though I will say the online chatter over The Last of Us has certainly gone down.
Well, I commented on this to you, didn't I, Bex? And said that I had noticed that as somebody who's not involved in the conversation. But I've noticed that since episode 3,
It's got quieter.
it's got a lot quieter.
But then the thing
Now-
is, if you search it,
It's probably
it could
not.
be an algorithmic thing, because if you actually search TLOU or The Last of Us, fucking loads of people are talking about
It
it.
is.
But I sorry, just to say, I know that episode 7 is Left Behind. That one is going to generate a fucking shit. That is going to be all over Twitter on Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark, go on.
No, that's it. It feels like it was everywhere for 3 weeks, and then there was this explosion of this is amazing, and then it's just everything just seems to be all right. We're back to them guys again.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I still feel like everything feels like it's a little bit on fast forward. And again, that's because I've played the original game a number of times. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite getting the hit of it. Like I'm enjoying it.
It's like
And
fucking crack for me.
Yeah, there you go. And it's like, the thing is, because it's 9 episodes, I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I can stick it out. But if it was a longer series that then didn't feel like it's on fast forward, I'll be honest, I'd probably be a bit like, oh god, it's 20 episodes. Nah, you're alright, mate. So basically, you can't please me.
I'm
So-
going to be devastated when this thing finishes.
Really, you enjoyed it that much?
Yeah, like, honestly, I was saying to Ian earlier, Monday mornings roll around and I'm like, I could watch it before I start work. And I'm having to stop myself because I don't want to watch it on a phone screen, but I need that fucking hit. And with the episodes only being like 45 minutes long, it's like, when it finishes, it's like the bit in fucking Shawshank when he's in the river with his arms in the air. It's like, no! Like, I just, I know he's not knowing in
the
that,
opposite.
but the pose. But it's just not long enough. I could watch it for hours. And I am going to, like, I haven't done rewatches yet of 4, 5 and 6, so I'm either going to do them with you or I'm going to do them soon. And then when the series finishes, I'm going to fucking binge watch the whole thing again, because it's just, I need it in my eyeballs. It's so fucking good. And I have one criticism of it, which I'll come to in a second, but I think...
Is it the fact that Bella Ramsey looks like a non-playable character from a different game?
No, I think she's really fucking good in it. Really good in it.
I think she's come into her own in
Yeah.
this in episode 5 actually.
Yeah.
Like her and Sam,
Yeah.
the kid, like that shit is heartbreaking, and just the whole. I thought she just performed the I've got someone to play with / look after. She played that really, or they played.
No, she does
No,
not
she-
care.
she
what
prefers she, I think.
She prefers she. She
Yeah.
does not care for what pronouns you use for her.
Okay, all right, okay, that's cool.
I-
Not
I-
trying to
I-
offend
I
anyone. It's
literally-
kind of hard to keep up sometimes.
I
Like
literally did
it,
the research before we talked about it because I wanted to get it right, and then found it, you were saying where she basically says, "I don't care."
Yeah.
but
Go on.
she is does she identify as non-binary, or have I
She's not
mixed that up?
binary, but doesn't go by the pronouns that they.
Doesn't care. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, all right. That's my preferred way, just because I don't want to offend anyone. So thank you, Bella Ramsey. Sorry, yeah, she's great. She's really, really coming into her own, and I'm looking forward. I haven't seen episode 6 yet. I am looking forward to seeing what she does with Left Behind.
Is it 4 where she finds the joke book? Or was it 5?
No, it wasn't 5. It must have been 4.
I loved that. I absolutely fucking loved that, because obviously that's a pull through from the game, and it's but just like when she does one of them with Joel, and he answers it, and he's like, she's like, you're a dick. You're such a dick. And the one where that's the Scarecrow one, isn't it? And then the one about, did you know? Diarrhea. No, what is it? Diarrhea is hereditary. And Joel's like, what? And she's like, yeah, it runs in your genes. And he like laughs at it, and it's the first one he's laughed at, and it's just a beautiful relationship building, because it's more realistic because it's happening gradually. You know, he's heavily scarred by losing his daughter. She doesn't fucking trust anybody, so it's not gonna be like immediate, but they're gradually learning to love each other, and it's just I just love it so much. Back to episode 5. Obviously people get a bit pressed, don't they, when they change stuff from the game. I think them changing that sequence with Sam and Ellie so that he tells her that he's been bitten was the right choice.
Yeah.
And then she like tries to save him with her blood.
My blood's the medicine. Yeah, and but again, that great choice. It's gonna add shit to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like her what she decides to do and then what happens. Yeah. No, it was real smart choice.
But I mean, the bit with the raiders, not raiders, reverse raiders, whatever the fuck you'd count them as, in the town, in the game, and then the bit where they're escaping from them through that like deserted-y bit, and has to get to the sniper rifle and protect
the sniper
them.
dude. Yeah.
But there's also that bit where they're walking through, I think it's pre to that, the windy street bit, and you can like jump down from gardens, or you can follow the road. They've kind of incorporated 3 different sections of the game across 2 episodes, and it's a huge chunk of the game is covered by those 3 sections, and they've put it into 2 episodes, and they've done that really well. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on the condensing they do in episode 6.
Yeah, I need to get on 6. We will do 6 and 7 next week. Like, I feel like I've got the bit between my teeth for it again.
Yeah. And we got a bloater.
He was good.
He
and
was
him
good.
killing and that guy he killed, you know, that's the guy who played Tommy in the game.
Yeah, he's the voice of
That's
Tommy, isn't he?
I love how they're incorporating people who are in the game in the show. Like that's really fun. Like Ashley Johnson, I don't know, is she in 6? Do you know who she plays?
She the voice of Ellie?
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
It would be a flashback.
Okay. Episode 5.
If there's not a pretty big sounding anyway flashback, she's not in it yet.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Okay, no, in that case, no. But it's like, it's going to be like her. I don't want to spoil it because you obviously don't know. Who she is playing in it feels so perfect on paper that I really hope it actually pulls out on screen.
Right, okay.
But yeah, no, I really like that aspect as well. It
Ellie, she's playing. She's in the next one coming up, I think.
Oh, she's in Left Behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that kind of makes sense. Anyway, yeah, it's. I am enjoying it. It just, as I was saying, like I need to get in the headspace for it. But the quality of it is starting to shine through. But it is going to be fucking weird that I'm going to have Pedro Pascal from next week in 2 shows a week. One where he's playing Joel from The Last of Us, and one where he's in fucking Star Wars. That's just going to be very, very weird. I also think he's still too young for the role. But hey.
I think he's perfect. I think it's all just fucking perfect, apart from I have notes on episode 6.
Okay, alright. We'll talk.
my complaint that I referred to earlier, there's not enough infected for me.
It's about the people, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it's also about the peril, and there's not enough infected. You don't design clickers that look as good as that and not have them in more episodes. I'm sorry. No.
I was kind of being a dick saying that. I agree. I think you do need more infected, but that one girl clicker who is burst into that car with Ellie, and then she's like contorting and like doing fucking acrobatic shit within that car. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, the way she like rolls in through the window, fucking hell.
Yep. Fuck that.
It's so creepy.
They're real people doing that as well, aren't they?
Yeah, she's like a gymnast.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
it's like Mafregan's kid's sister or something. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ian,
no, it's-
watch episode 6.
Oh,
We'll
I will
record
talk
midweek
about it.
and we'll just tack it on. Haven't got enough people to talk to about it. I honestly I'm gonna be so crushed having to wait for the next series. I'm gonna get on with the game.
And they need to wait for the 4 years so that Bella Ramsey looks old enough.
Nah, absolutely fuck that. They need to do filler.
I don't think they're going to. Like what the scuttlebutt appears to be, they're going to go straight into Last of Us Part 2, but split it over 2 seasons.
Oh, I thought they were doing a filler season.
Apparently not.
She is like 19 in real life, though, isn't she?
But she don't look it.
Could she look it?
She looks it in she looks age appropriate for Ellie in The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah, she does.
She doesn't
Maybe if she
look.
don't strap them titties down.
You leave.
I'm just saying she's commenting on the fact that she had to wear her braids constantly to strap her boobs down. She's commenting on that.
It just like Ellie's face and I'm comparing it to the game, but her face in Part 2, it looks like it's seen some shit. It's older. It does though.
Oh. So, you know, I mentioned ages ago about the scene in, like, the museum and they visit all the space shit. And is it in The Last of Us 2? It fucking is, because they refer to it on the podcast this week. I knew I wasn't mental.
Listen to the podcast while I do.
Yeah. But I was just like, oh my God, I didn't imagine it. It's not a Berenstain Bears. But yeah. Watch episode 6 and we'll talk.
I've got to say as well, Neil Druckmann, the rare video game developer who is a snack.
Oh, is he?
I think he's a good-looking dude. Google him.
I will do.
Now.
Right now.
Hey, it's not a bad looking dude, yeah?
Yeah, you'd get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as he gives me fucking spoilers for The Last of Us 3. It's so fucking good.
All right, calm down.
So to think other things that are good. What's everyone else been watching? Shall I talk for a little bit?
I suppose if you have to.
So moving on to things that are good, to other things that are good.
I mean, it's films that you've watched, so probably not.
I watched Mr. Popper's Penguins.
You're such a dickhead.
Fuck's sake. Did you watch that on lunch break at your employer?
Yes, I did.
Cool. Oh, that's perfect. The looks you must fucking get.
Hey, at least at your new job, you'll be able to go sit in your car.
No, I'm still going to sit in the staff room.
You're so fucking weird.
Sit in the staff room and I'll watch whatever fucking madness I can watch. So strap in, guys, because I watched.
But you're going to have a higher level of responsibility, so now, you can really fucking do them if they dare criticise your choice of Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Right, I enjoyed Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Of course you did.
It's a fun enough movie. It's Jim Carrey almost back in a bit of a mojo bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's having a lot of fun with it, essentially playing a douchebag who gets the penguins. And
How does he get them? Does he get them off a magical man?
His dad... so the way he gets one penguin is his dad... his dad is like an explorer and a... whatever, just deals with like fucking animals and shit. And his dad dies, and one of the things he leaves his will to him is this penguin that gets delivered to him. And then in trying to send the penguin back through some like miscommunication, ends up with 5 more penguins.
Loudy, Bitey, Stinky, Lovey, and Nimrod. They're called. Yeah,
they are called that. Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
yeah. But it's about him learning like to be less selfish through the penguins, and getting like his kids like forming a better relationship with his kids and his ex-wife Carla Gugino. It's a fun enough movie. It's incredibly throwaway, but it's called Mr. Fucking Popper's Penguins. Of course, it's gonna be throwaway.
It's Carla Gugino.
I wish it was
hot in
called Mr. Fucking the Popper's Penguins.
It's Carla Gugino. What's with that?
Hot in it.
It's Carla Gugino. Of course she is. Yeah.
Again,
Does she proposition Jim Carrey for sex in a penguin costume at any point?
Not far off, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I say this about like hot females often, but can you imagine just fucking living your life looking like that? It must be
they're
like a
pretty
whole
sweet.
different level of existence.
You'd spend an awful lot more time jacking it, wouldn't you?
I mean, no.
I would.
I would spend a lot of time in underwear looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just getting turned on by yourself.
Fucking look how hot you are.
Yeah. Hello there.
I
We don't do that now, because
I feel like I just wouldn't wear many clothes.
Fair play. Talking about people who like just looking at themselves, I watched the Netflix movie You People.
You watched it, so we didn't have to.
I watched it.
Oh, here we go. I've been looking forward to this all week,
so
Mark.
You didn't have to. Yeah, right. So, Jonah Hill Feldstein, who has like legally now dropped Feldstein from his name, even though that nobody fucking knew he had it in his name.
No.
I'm just going to see if I can add Noel to the call.
Yeah, it's it is. They are painfully. It is painful how much he is trying to prove that he's Jewish in this movie. In something that that we already know he's Jewish.
Damn it.
But they are desperately trying to prove that he's Jewish. And right, what I will say here is, if any movie in existence or anything in existence was as cool as this movie is trying to be, then the world would literally fold and end. This movie is dripping in how fucking cool it fucking thinks it is. And then you're watching it going, all you people are shit. All you people, literally you people within this movie, right, don't know any real people. All the people within this movie that wrote this movie, that directed this movie, that made this movie, it is literally an experiment in what would happen if you got a bunch of people to make a movie about seemingly regular people, but they're all quite rich, right? Who have never had to worry about paying a bill. They have never had to go, God, I hope this fucking payment goes through. It is that the movie.
Can I ask you a question? Because I will never watch this, but everything I've seen about it online is very negative. But I saw somebody complimenting a dressing down that Lauren London's character gives Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Is she that bad to her? Does she treat her like a token black daughter-in-law?
Yeah.
Oh, does she? Yeah. So everyone's shitting it?
Oh, everyone's shitting it, yeah.
Oh, even David Duchovny?
Nobody's redeemable in it whatsoever.
Right.
Well, sounds like a really good way to spend an hour and a half of my life. Sorry.
It is just people telling each other off, and people telling each other, but in really oh no man, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's like you start watching it, and the opening bit of it is Jonah Hill's character Ezra, because of course he's Jewish.
What's the Jewishest name?
He's
Goldstein. You can't do that.
It starts off. He's doing this podcast, And it's all like fucking really professional. This podcast that he's doing with his black gay friend, black gay female friend, because that's just because you know
That's just how progressive
that's
he is.
how progressive that he is. And then doing the Jonah Hill hands from that, and then you think, all right, so he's a podcaster. Fair a fucking no. What it does actually there is he's not a podcaster. That's what he wants to do in his life. Just have this podcast that's just about like the human experience and culture. That's what it's about. But no, he's a stock trader. That's his job. But that's not his vibe. That's just how he earns money. And then there's a scene in it where he mentions about something like he's going shopping and he says, you know, it's not something. It's not like a fad. It's not like a tie-dye sweatsuit. And then the next scene, he's literally wearing a tie-dye sweatsuit. And you just watch going, this. Honestly,
Does it think it's really cool and skewering and clever and stuff, and in reality it's just insufferably shit?
yeah, it's like you're not. If you're trying to shine a light on these people, what you're basically doing is you're burning a light into yourself. And it's, I'd love to sit down with Jonah Hill and go, what were you going for? Because it seems like it was this.
This makes me really sad because I like Jonah Hill. I think he's a really good actor and a really good he's got a really good energy on the screen. But
He is, but he is also an LA always been rich kid. And that very much comes across in this. He is. It's not very good, and I can see why nobody is watching it.
I think more people are watching it because it's getting really bad word and like it's just so bad. You need to see it.
You don't. It's nearly 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Don't need to watch it.
Oh, I never will. Don't worry.
Don't. Ian, don't watch it.
No, I'm not going to.
Oh. Do you know what you should watch it?
I am 100% taking I'm only going to watch something if I actually want to watch it perspective.
That's fine. Do you know
From
what you should
here
watch
on in.
instead? 'Cause I watched
Mr.
it
Popper's Penguins.
Well, you could watch that. It's better than You People. And it will give you more insight into the human experience and culture. Because
A YouTube video of Yakuza Zero karaoke.
I mean, that would do, yeah. Or the 2000 Brendan Fraser starring remake of Bedazzled,
Good.
which I did watch.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a fucking great time with.
It's a great film, to be fair, from what I remember.
Honestly, it's Brendan Fraser doing Every Man really, really well. Like only a year after playing, doing The Mummy.
Every man but happens to be super pretty.
But he doesn't. He manages to not get that. It's quite clever. If it was released now, oh my god, it would be in so much trouble. It's a good job people are going back to The Mummy and not this movie.
Oh, is it problematic?
So-
but people would call it problematic.
Okay.
Next week, because I'm halfway through it, I will talk about a film that is about 5 years old. That will be cancelled very shortly. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mark, continue.
And
Just a
Bedazzled
bit of a...
It's a little bit like that. Like, there's at one point he wants to... Because the idea is he gets 7 wishes by the devil, played by Liz Hurley, who is fucking brilliant in it, by the way. And one of them, he wants to be smart and articulate and all these things. And so she makes him, like, smart and articulate and knowledgeable and have a good job and all this and that. And then it just turns out he's gay. And it's just like, and he like takes this woman that he's trying to do all these things to get, goes back with her, and then his boyfriend, who is incredibly camp, is there chewing him out. And he's like, no, I'm not gay. Look, kiss, we'll find out. Kiss me, and I'll prove I'm not gay. And they kiss, and he goes, yep, so I'm gay. it's funny in the way that it is in it's building on stereotypes. And there's one where he plays like an athlete who's like just really fucking dumb. It's fun. Yes, it's probably problematic, but it's 23 fucking years old. Leave it alone.
No, it's not. 2000s are like now.
Yeah. And then before we get into what we watched together,
Yes.
or what you watched, and then you can do what we watched together, and then Ian can do his watching bits like that. We'll work it out.
Sure.
The
Just
last
tell us
movie-
what you want us to do, Mark.
Yeah, I'm going to do because I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw you bits of octopus if you call me captain.
Nice. Do you like octopus?
Yeah, the last one I watched from, Bedazzled, You People, Mr. Popper's Penguins, obviously I watched 7 Years in Tibet.
Obviously. Thematically, it fits.
Because, yeah, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I quite like 7 Years in Tibet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's not even that good a movie. It's not even that bad a movie either, that I would like it.
Yeah. Because it has to be like really at one end of the spectrum or the other for you, doesn't it?
Does,
For you to
yeah.
like it.
And 7 Years in Tibet, it's a pretty movie with a banging score by John Williams, and Brad Pitt saying "Shut up" in a really bad German accent, Austrian accent. Quite often that makes you chuckle.
Fair.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt.
Brad
Adding
Pitt.
to the pretty.
Yeah,
Bad hair in this though, from what I remember.
it's dyed incredibly yellow,
Yeah.
just so that a lot of people can call him Yellowhead.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Did they not have toner back in the
No,
olden days?
no, not in
Not in the
this
late
time.
90s.
No. But yeah, it's. I'm not. Like I said, honestly, it's good because I don't think it is. And it's famous for costing an awful lot of money and then not quite making it back. It's often billed as like one of the biggest flops of all time, but it's kind of not because it did actually do all right at the box office. It cost so much fucking money. But yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the most highbrow thing you've watched on your own.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fair
7
play.
Years in Tibet. It's 2.5 hours long, and it's worth it for the way that Brad Pitt says "shut up."
Okay. Well, in culturally inaccurate casting, if you want to continue that theme, you could watch The Last Samurai.
I fucking might.
That could be next week's highbrow film.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia, you can add that in.
I'm sure I can stoop some lows as well.
Yeah. Nice. Oh dear. Right, who's next, Mark? Since you're in charge.
Ian, because then it can swing back to yours and then mine.
Wow.
Mine, ours together. Ian, what have you been watching this week?
A couple of things to talk about. It's not film specifically, but if you just want to live a gangster life, play Yakuza 0.
Nice.
You can do karaoke, and you can beat a lot of people up. I beat up 2 drunk people so hard that they magically turned sober, which was brilliant.
That sounds good.
It was good. Threw a bicycle at a guy. That was good. Multiple guys, actually. The Yakuza games all have, if you wanted to, over 100 hours of content in them. And there's 8 of them.
Wow.
They're very, very intense. And they are a great mix of serious gangster drama and some of the weirdest fucking shit you've ever seen. They are spectacular. If I didn't do this podcast, all I think I would do every evening when I was able to is play Yakuza. But I do this podcast, so I literally played about 3 hours of Yakuza 0 on Monday night, and then I nuked my save because I was like, I can't dive any deeper. I can't. I had to cut myself off because I would never do anything else again with my free time other than play Yakuza games.
Because there is, like, including the spin-off, there's so many of them, isn't there?
Like, seriously, there are 7 games with the main protagonist, Kazuma Kiryu, who is my spirit animal. No, actually, no, he's not my spirit animal. My spirit animal is the star of Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon, Ichiban, who is a fantastic man. And I've played several hours of that one and may go back to it one day. There's also 2 Judgment games that are set in the same universe. There's also, which literally came out this week, they've renamed the series from Yakuza. They're now calling them Like a Dragon, but Like a Dragon Ishin, which is it's set in feudal Japan, has real world characters in it, but they are played by the same actors as the people from the Yakuza games. And it has karaoke, despite the fact that it's set in the 1800s. Also, there was a film adaptation. Guess who it was directed by?
Who?
Takashi Miike.
Oh, of course it was.
I kind of think we might need to look at that one
Yakuza
day.
Like a Dragon from 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we might have to on that one. Yeah.
How they condense what is literally like hundreds of hours of story into a probably hour and a half film is beyond me. But honestly...
Apparently it is a one-night story.
What?
The plot is loosely
Can
based
I
on the original
Go on.
Yakuza game and is a separate one-night story that unfolds in a hot summer night in Kamurocho, the fictionist...
Kamurocho. Oh, yes.
Of,
It's set in Kamurocho. Sorry.
Of Tokyo, yeah.
I just fist pumped. I just fist pumped when you said it was set in Kamurocho. Can I ask, in the cast list, is there a character called Goro Majima in it?
Yes.
Right, we need to watch Like a Dragon.
Right, I will sort that out.
Yeah, alright, cool, great stuff. Seriously, if I didn't do this podcast, I would be just playing the Yakuza games non-stop. But because I've literally deleted my save and deleted it off of the PlayStation Cloud. I can't. It's so good.
Oh, I am just
fucking
looking
good.
at a still from it.
God.
Yeah. And your boy is dressed like your boy,
What, Kiryu is? Or Majima?
Majima.
Has he got the eye patch?
He does appear to have the eye patch and the jacket.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, but we'll make this happen here.
Fuck. Okay, alright, great. Okay, also, sorry, another video game.
No.
On PlayStation Plus now, last night I started playing The Quarry.
Oh, is that on
So-
there? Get that downloaded now.
Yep.
I'll start down the death view record.
Do it now. The controller's there.
Right, fine, I'll start recording now.
There you go.
So, The Quarry. Developed by Supermassive Games, who made Until Dawn. And are behind the Dark Pictures anthology. Which, by the way, Bex, I think the first 2 Dark Pictures are also on PlayStation Plus. Basically, they're almost like choose-your-own-adventure horror movies. The Quarry, in the main menu, offers a movie mode where you can just watch it play out with a series of predetermined outcomes, just as a film. I played maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours of it so far. And it's really intriguing so far, actually. First off, Donna walked in the room and just asked, "What film are you watching?" Nice. And it took her a while to go, "Oh, shit." So, yeah. And it starts off with, randomly, Licorice Pizza. The child actor who is, like, also, like, he's kind of cracking on to old Alana Haim on the airplane.
Oh, yes. I can't remember his name. He's got a right fucking weird name. I know the guy I'll find out why you're saying it.
Yeah, so him and his girlfriend are, like, driving along, and then they see something in the road, and then they crash the car. Well, to be fair, because of the actions I took, they crashed the car. I'm assuming they probably crashed the car generally, but I don't know. And then she sees the girl sees something in the woods, and then Ted Raimi pops up.
His name's Skylar Gisondo.
Skylar Gisondo, what a name! Fucking hell. And yeah, then Ted Raimi pops up, and you've got to like kind of like deal with him, and he's a cop, but is he actually a cop? And then it kind of goes on. It goes on from there. They're going to a summer camp because they're counsellors, and then some stuff happens, and then it cuts to the end of the summer. They're seeing the kids off, and then you got people I recognised in it. The girl from Modern Family, Alex from Modern Family, and then Justice Smith, who was in Detective Pikachu.
It's a cast.
Yeah, but I haven't come across... Yeah. Grace Zabriskie is in it, and Bex, you played Until Dawn, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know at the start of every chapter, you got like the person chatting at you.
Yeah.
It's like, did you see the... Grace Zabriskie is doing that in The Quarry.
Well, like the psychologist guy part.
Yeah, in Until Dawn. Yeah. So Peter Stormare in Until Dawn.
Yeah.
It's Grace Zabriskie basically filling that role in this.
The cast of this is bonkers.
Yeah, it's a good cast. So David Arquette's in it. He hasn't turned up yet. Lance Henriksen, Lynn Shay. I know I'm missing some actually. But yeah, it's Ethan Suplee. That's the person I was thinking of. So it looks amazing. After the prologue, it's been a little bit slow. It's a little bit walkabout, have a chat with someone. I am a little bit get to the fucking monkey, which I was with Until Dawn as well. But Until Dawn ramped up nicely. And apparently, unlike the Dark Pictures, The Quarry is apparently a 10-hour story. The Dark Pictures, they're smaller games. They're priced at less, but they're only 3-4 hours. Like the first Dark Pictures, Man of Medan, I did it in 2 nights. This is a longer one. But yeah, it's really, really promising so far, and I feel like this is one we might reconvene on, Bex.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, really enjoying that. Then in terms of films, I'll lead off with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So I went to see this apocalyptically hungover on Saturday morning. Pardon me. I literally drank a crate of Heineken on Friday night. I don't do that often, but I did it. Go me. So, this is obviously with some slightly addled thinking, but based on what Noel's been saying in our chat, maybe maybe I'm kind of along the right path. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania takes everything you loved about the first two and went, nah. Directed by Peyton Reed still. Written by Jeff Lovelace, I think his name is, who writes for Rick and Morty. And boy, does it show. There's a character, voiced by David Dastmalchian, who's just a big blob of stuff, who is obsessed with how many holes characters have. How many holes do you have? And Paul Rudd's having to think about how many holes he has. Hilarious.
Yeah. I'm already going lol.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, they get sucked into the quantum realm because Jonathan Majors wants them to come to the quantum realm so that they can help him out of the quantum realm. he has a pre-existing relationship with Michelle Pfeiffer, which all the way through, she says a couple of times, I think I probably should have told you about this before. Yeah, you should have told them about it before. You didn't, and the weird thing is, it's not even like she did anything wrong, spoiler alert. It is literally just like, yeah, I just didn't tell you because otherwise this plot wouldn't work. There's no justification, it's bizarre. Jonathan Majors is the new MCU big bad. He is Kang. He was in the last episode of Loki, which is now nearly 2 years old, which is time is a cunt. And he is basically this guy who, there's loads of him in the multiverse, but they all seem to have the same end goal, which is to conquer shit. He's been exiled by the other ones because his plan would basically be the one that would rule all of the plans. So all the other Kangs have exiled him to the quantum realm. It's 2 hours of an awful lot of green screen. Okay visual effects. Catherine Newton is playing Cassie Lang. So Catherine Newton from Freaky and Detective Pikachu is now in this. And is fine. She's young because she's an activist who gets jailed for activizing. Evangeline Lilly's in it a bit, which I'm sure everyone's thrilled with. Michael Douglas and his ant obsession gets a good amount of screen time. I enjoyed whenever Michael Douglas reacted to something, and he does that quite a lot in this film. And I can't help but think that he's thinking they're not paying me enough. Michael, no, they're not. Kang's fine. The mid-credits and post-credits, but especially the mid-credits, slightly made me want to die inside. Because basically, this Kang, there's loads of him. And they all have wacky personalities and all dress up in wacky things.
Oh.
It's going to be a lot of Jonathan Majors dressing up. Which feels very counter to that guy's vibe. But we'll see. It's not a great film. It engages in points. Paul Rudd is decent. There is no character growth whatsoever. In fact, there's Paul Rudd's closing kind of like voiceover in-head monologue basically says there is no character growth. In fact, shit. I might have done something here, but nah, everything's going to be fine. That's basically what it is. I might have unleashed something. I probably haven't, though. End of film. It is a very weird way of dealing with the most insignificant Marvel character to have a franchise, while also basically being the big screen introduction of the new big bad. And the two don't meet very well.
So it's a little bit like when Captain America Civil War was basically Avengers 2.5.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania, it should just be called Kang, featuring Ant-Man and the Wasp, maybe.
Yeah, to be honest. And the whole Wasp aspect, there's not really much of it there. I mean, there's not an awful lot of Ant-Man, to be honest. It's kind of all over the place. It's not great. It's the MCU treading water, but also introducing the next big bad for the next few years. Brutal. Like the idea of just, right, you're just going to have shitloads of Jonathan Majorses. Great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Creed 3. I'm looking forward to stuff that he's actually passionate about. Not a criticism of Jonathan Majors. You fucking make that money. You make yourself more sellable. That's great. But, dude, by the end of this lot, I'm sure he's going to be like, just fucking kill me. Please kill me.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I also watched John Wick in preparation for the new John Wick film. John Wick is great. Many people die. So many people die in that film, and quite rightly so.
Yeah. Fucking pricks.
Yeah, absolutely fucking pricks. I love that film had no expectations to it whatsoever. It's just this relatively lean 100-minute long film about a guy getting revenge for people killing his dog, and now it's John Wick Chapter 4 and it's nearly 3 hours long. It rules.
Yeah. It's bonkers that it is what that is fucking grown into.
And the latest in my continuing series of Donna walks in a little bit into a film, asks what I'm watching, and then just watches the rest. Happy Death Day, but then
nice.
Happy Death Day to You, which she was bang up for.
Yes.
Right, these films are great. Christopher Landon has We Have a Ghost coming out on Netflix this coming Friday, and he's been talking about a Happy Death Day free or a Happy Freaky Day or something like that. Like a Freaky Death Day, where it would be Catherine Newton and Jessica Roth teaming up against Vince Vaughn. I really, really want that. Like, quite badly. That would rule. So, Happy Death Day is great. Jessica Roth is a star. Terrific character arc. Just a fun slasher. Happy Death Day to You is interesting because it didn't do that well compared to what their expectations were. And
I mean, that's
it's just
because it did really well, just not in comparison to what the first one did.
And that's why the third never got greenlit, because they were just like almost like diminishing returns, but also increased budget. Because the thing about To You is it obviously has an increased budget, and the scope is increased, and it becomes this weird slasher light more. And to be fair, they kind of set it up in the first one when they're talking about, you've never seen Groundhog Day. And then it turns into more of just a comedy kind of thing as opposed to a straight horror, but throwing in sci-fi elements into it as well. And the idea of a multiverse. And it's a really fun, but also very sweet sequel that takes the premise and stretches it, but then is also like it manages to get some emotional mileage out of it, because it's the whole she's got to choose which universe she wants to live in, the one where Carter's her boyfriend or the one where her mum's alive, which is great. To be fair, it is a little bit, she's fallen in love with Carter because like she's been with him for like the same day for like multiple times, and she's fallen for him. But also, your mum's alive. That kind of, you could maybe convince Carter to just not be with his girlfriend anymore. Like, there are options there. In the other universe, you can't resurrect your mum. In this universe, you might be able to convince Carter to cheat on his girlfriend, who's not very nice anyway. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. And like, there's a mid-credit sting where they trap the not very nice girl in a Happy Death Day scenario, which is quite dark actually, because apart from like cheating on her boyfriend, she hasn't done anything that bad. But it sets up a third one, and it is a little bit like, you were confident, weren't you?
Yes.
And there's just a part of me that's just like, hey, I'd be happy to see a third one. At the same time, you are being quite bolshy about, we're going to get a third one because you're going to like this. I like it. It's not as fresh as Happy Death Day is. It's more ambitious, but it doesn't have the spark. Apart from the sequence set to Paramore's Hard Times, where Jessica Roth just kills herself over and over again, including skydiving in a swimsuit and then having it so that she lands in front of Carter and the new girlfriend kissing. That's good fun.
I think I have to rewatch these again next week.
They're fucking great, the Happy Death Day movies.
They're really, really fun, but I would be so up for a Freaky Death Day.
Yeah.
That's me.
Ooh. So, Bex. What did we rewatch, Bex?
I might not do mine, no.
Oh, you're yours, man. Bad host. Go
Bad house. Okay, so after discussing the Children of the Corn trailer last week, I watched the 1984 Children of the Corn
literally that night, actually.
movie that night. Yeah. And do you know what? Fuck me. They do show them killing all the fucking parents and stuff. I'd completely just like blanked that section of the movie from my memory. Yeah, Children of the Corn's fucking weird. Like, I don't necessarily think I'd advocate for it being considered good.
Because it's not.
But it's also not a shit watch. So, it's interesting. It's an oddity, is what I would say. But, yeah... Linda Hamilton's in it. That's weird. I always find it weird when, like, Linda Hamilton's in stuff as just, like, a girl. Because, like, I know she is in The Terminator, but in all of the sequels, she's, like, badass Linda Hamilton, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's, like, ripped, and she's a bit wiry looking. And, I mean, looks like she'd kick your ass, to be fair. Whereas, like, in the first one, obviously, she's just this nice girl who has, like, fluffy curly hair and, like, looks real girly. And she's that Linda Hamilton in Children of the Corn. Yeah. Yeah, just real fucking weird. Isaac's a dickhead.
Yeah, he is. That guy is punching out in the fucking face.
Malachi's kind of a dickhead.
They're all dickheads back in.
There's some sacrificing shit going on, like in that Wicker Man thing. But yeah, I mean, I'll watch it again. So I don't know whether that says something about the film or something about me.
You.
And I've watched it numerous times already. But yeah, it's just really quite. Like, the peril is high in it. You know, you are rooting for them. So yeah, loved that. I also watched. Okay, in the vein of your Mr. Popper's Penguins bullshit, I watched Bedtime Stories.
Right.
With Adam Sandler.
Did you like it? Wow.
No, overall probably not.
Fair enough.
Like, the premise of it is quite... It could have been quite good, but then it gets Sandlered.
Fair enough.
But it is nice to see Kerry Russell in stuff.
Yeah.
She's just very engaging to watch, I think.
She's a very, very pleasant screen presence.
Yeah,
Isn't she?
100%. I also watched Encanto because I didn't feel very well and I wanted to watch a cartoon, and I felt like I couldn't watch Atlantis or Treasure Planet again this soon after watching them. So I was going through the, like, more modern ones, and I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. I haven't watched Encanto since I first watched it. Do you know what? I actually really like Encanto.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, I like its messaging. And I feel like maybe Disney need to make at some point just a straight up fucking fun cartoon that doesn't have messaging. But if it does, I feel like letting people just be who they are and not putting too much pressure on them is a good one.
Jonathan Majors recently said that Encanto was his fourth favourite movie of all time.
Okay. Have you seen Encanto?
No.
John Leguizamo voices Bruno.
Cool. We don't talk about him though.
We don't talk about Bruno. But yeah, I think like the way that all of the powers are used are, like, really quite interesting in that one, that they can hear everything. Just like if you watch it with subtitles so that you can actually, like, understand the lyrics of the songs, whenever she does the whole thing, it just says squeaks.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay. Well, no, it's not really a you film. You would hate it. I also started watching, and I'll speak about it next week because I'm going to start it from the beginning because I feel like it's not a film you can watch in two parts. I also started watching Skinamarink, which you would fucking hate. You would hate the shit out of it.
He would though, wouldn't
Yeah,
he?
you would, yeah. You would gouge your eyes out to avoid watching the end of that movie.
This is what I'm going to watch now as an experiment now.
No. I like you with eyes.
I mean,
Honestly,
Mark.
you would fucking hate it.
Mark, pro tip, and I know this would go against everything that you stand for. Watch it through VLC media player and just adjust the playback speed as and when you feel is warranted.
You didn't like that either, did you?
What, Skinamarink? Nah, mate.
Let me finish it and then I'll come back to it next week. But yeah,
It's like as we were talking about with Noel when we talked about it. It's just if people find those images and that stuff unsettling, then fair play. That's fine. Horror can be pretty subjective. What I think about those people who find that scary, you know, it may be a different conversation. But also, it just... Those kids, real world kids of those ages in that situation would not react in that way. And as soon as I thought that, it just broke for me. It was like, I don't find any of this scary because none of it is real.
well, like I say, I'm going to start it from the beginning again because I feel like the thing that it has going for it is its atmosphere, and I think watching it in 2 parts is not going to help its cause. I think it's more unsettling than scary up to the point that I've watched it, but we'll come back to it next week. I am going to watch the end of it, but I'm going to watch it
I like
in
the
one go
dialogue that's just
with the lights
the
off.
dialogue, just like.
It is a bit like
And
that.
then you're just going to stare at a door for 10 minutes. Ah!
Yeah, that's fair. Right, so I also did a first time watch of Uncharted, which
It's fine.
it's fine. Yeah. I wish they hadn't gone that route with it. But you know what, they did, and it's fine. It's odd because
Sophia Ali as young Chloe, I'll just 100% go dirty old man. Sorry.
That's fair. Yeah, I find I don't like Mark Wahlberg and stuff, which is unfortunate because you're like obsessed with him, aren't you?
Spence fucking confidential, motherfucker.
Yeah, I wish they'd done a correct age version, but they didn't. So what they did was fine. And I also rewatched The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which I think I found more effective on rewatch than I did on first watch. Which, you know, I really liked it on first watch, but it's a bit of a departure from the rest of the Conjuring movies. With them like bibbing about and investigating, and like the whole kind of structure of it, I guess, is. And I think we rewatched all the Conjuring movies, didn't we, in the run up? So I think watching it in isolation, I actually enjoyed it better.
All right.
Oh, and then the bit where he gives her the gazebo at the end, it always just makes my heart grow 3 sizes. Because that's where they met. Well, no, the day they met, they went,
Oh,
and
of
then
course,
they went
yeah.
in a gazebo because it was raining, and then that was where they had their first kiss. So cute. That's all I watched on my own.
Cool.
Because I also have another film that I didn't finish. I know, sorry.
So we rewatched 21 Jump Street, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, 11 years old now, this movie. We watched this in the cinema back to back after watching The Raid, didn't we?
Yeah,
We
we
watched
did.
The Raid, and then literally came out of The Raid, and as we were leaving, we were like, hang on a minute, I think 21 Jump Street's starting. And so decided to watch it, didn't we? 'Cause we weren't going to, didn't plan to. And then went to watch 21 Jump Street, and there was a few people in, but it wasn't like packed, but there was enough people in, wasn't there?
Yeah.
and we got into a serious like laughing fit
Yeah, we
for a
did.
good like 10 minutes where we couldn't stop laughing.
I can't even remember what set us off.
I can.
Go on.
It was the bit where they get the car and crash into each other in the car.
Yeah.
From that moment until the end of the drug trip, and we were like fucking like howling with laughter, and everyone else was finding it mildly amusing, and we fucking really found it amusing.
We got the gigs.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. 12 Drum Seat still stands up. It's still a fucking really fun, funny, quite sweet movie.
It's got some bits in it that I feel haven't aged well.
Oh.
Can't remember specifically, but I remember when we were watching it thinking "Ugh," about a couple of bits.
Oh, I didn't get that from it at all.
I think it's when he says something about like there's a bit where he like mocks the kid for being gay, and then it's like
He mocks him, he punches him, and then what is it? He punched me because you're gay. And it's like, no, like, I punched him and he happened to be gay.
no, but didn't he say he says something anyway? And there's a couple of other points where I'm
But
like,
the problem is the character's supposed to be a bit of an idiot, and then he has growth growing through the movie. That's the point.
Yeah. No, it's really good fun though, and I wish like Brie Larson's character arc had been a direct extension of this Brie Larson rather than whatever the fuck it is we've got now.
Fair point.
Because that smug bitch, she's clearly come from the multiverse. There we go.
There we go. Then what else did we watch, Becky?
This was a real weird fucking film. So we watched the Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe movie Virtuosity. I can't remember.
Did I say I was going to watch this last week?
Yeah, not last week, no.
Yeah.
So you've never seen Virtuosity?
No.
I won't go too deep into it because genuinely I think
Watch
you
it.
should watch it.
I know, I think we should leave this and do it as a main review next week along with that Yakuza movie.
Yeah, but I will give you a brief
Oh,
synopsis of what it's about.
Fuck. God. Yeah. All right. Sold.
Right?
Sorry. Yeah.
So Russell Crowe plays a virtual reality entity called Sid 6.7, right?
Great.
Who is a serial killer and accidentally gets transported into the real world.
No, you're giving too much away.
But that is the trailer.
No, I don't even watch it. No,
No.
just done it. All right, next week, we are reviewing Cocaine Bear, Virtuosity, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
I'm fucking pumped for this.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good week.
I might even watch Virtuosity again.
Fuck. All right, yeah. All right, just do me a favour, guys. If I haven't talked about Virtuosity before, like Monday, just remind me that we're watching Virtuosity.
Yeah, I will make sure I am doing that.
That's gonna be just the greatest show ever.
And we'll be discussing episodes 6 and 7 of The Last of Us and
Oh.
The Quarry. We're going multi-platform,
Oh, well,
guys.
And whatever fucking batshit stuff I watch.
Yeah.
Hang on. I just need to see how long it takes to beat The Quarry.
You do that while I'm finding the questions that we've been asked this week. So Rick Kidd did suggest a topic for discussion, but it's BAFTAs, but we did chat about it earlier. Dylan Black Lanterns. What was the first film you saw at the cinema or first film you rented by yourself? My dad took me to see Supergirl and fell asleep. It was the last time he ever went to cinema, and I can't blame him.
The Quarry takes about 10 hours.
30 if you do completionist.
Nah, fuck. I mean, that's bollocks. That's all play styles, 10.5.
Yeah. We can do that before next
be
week,
fine.
right?
Wait to see how you get on.
We could do an update and then we could do like...
Yeah. Maybe over a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's fair. What is the first film you saw at the cinema?
Peter Pan. I saw a re-release of Disney Plan. Sorry, Peter Pan at the cinema. I can't remember the first film I rented by myself. There's an awful lot of me renting with my my stepbrothers at the time. That probably was around that time.
Right, so mine It was either Lady and the Tramp or The Land Before Time. Can't remember which. I remember being a real fucking mess watching The Land Before Time though. Like real fucking ugly crying. Ugly kid crying. Snotty. Just grim. And it was the bit where like he's sleeping in his mother's footprint after she's died.
It's a bleak film.
It's a really fucking bleak film, yeah.
It is.
It's not child friendly,
It's
that
not.
movie.
It is not. It is literally a film that goes, "Hey kids, dinosaurs, death."
First film
Here's
I
some
ever read.
dinosaurs. Your parents are going to die.
Yeah. Oh, look at this dinosaur. It's called Ducky. It's real cute and like quirky and shit. Your parents will die one day.
Maybe while you're young.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Anyway, I don't think I've ever rented a film.
On your own.
Ever. By the time we got together, movies were DVDs and we bought them.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, my first.
I mean, I for a sleepover, the first one I remember getting rented for me to watch without my parents is It.
Fair play.
Because they had that in the video film bit, despite it being a thing.
Yeah. My first watch at the cinema I can remember was Masters of the Universe.
Oh, it's fucking banger is Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
I love that film.
First one read on my own will have probably been Best of the Best. The Eric Roberts movie.
You probably went on your own as well,
I did,
didn't you? Yeah, you were a proper latchkey kid,
Oh
weren't
yeah,
you?
absolutely.
Oh, bless you.
I'm fine with it.
Oh, little poppet out.
And Rick Kidd, with episode 500 approaching, do you have any plans for something special, e.g. revisions of your all-time top 100s, or favourite reviews, etc.?
I don't know if I can do that again. I just don't know if I can. There's too many films.
We'll certainly do something, I think, for episode 500.
I think, yeah, we need to work out
Oh God, I'm literally
when
rocking. I need to
it
stop.
is.
Sorry. Sorry, go on, Ian.
You okay?
Yeah, no, just the thought of doing a top 100 again, just that.
No, yeah, let's not do that. We'll see where it is in the calendar and what it lines up with and whatnot. And I think for 400, was 400 Endgame? I feel like that was, even though like if that was only 100 episodes ago, that was only 2 years. Maybe that was 350.
Where are we now?
482.
482. So we've got 18 weeks.
Yeah.
18 weeks. So that's what, just under 5 months?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Oh, no, let's do the maths. That feels kind of close to MI7.
June 28th would be the Wednesday of that week.
Ah, fuck. So the Friday before is Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Oh dear.
Fair play.
See, I'd suggest we do like a meet-up, but that's Isabel's birthday weekend.
Yeah, it is.
But that's the thing. If we skip a week at some point, then that could be Mission Impossible 7. Or is that the week after? Fuck. Hang on. No. Ah. When is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning out?
Can I just point something out?
What?
I was just searching for my top.
It is the week before.
We did our top 10 of the decade, didn't we, for one of the shows?
Yeah.
But I actually did a top 100 for that. Yeah.
I'm not doing a top 100.
Oh, no, I'm just saying it's quite amusing.
Okay.
Can everyone remember what my number 3 movie of the last decade was?
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Oh God, what?
So my number 1 was A Star Is Born. My number 2 was Wolf of Wall Street.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
It was Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
3.
Yeah.
God,
Good.
I'm a piece of shit.
Right. I think we could work out 500 to be Mission Impossible 7.
I think we could quite easily.
That I would really enjoy that.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So next
We'll make that
week
work.
we have Virtuosity, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Cocaine Bear.
It is gonna be a bonkers fucking show. That.
I need. No, what? At least one of you has tried playing Yakuza before.
Me.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I just do me a favour. Just invest an hour into Yakuza 0.
Yakuza 0. I will.
Yeah,
look at that.
it's on PlayStation Plus. You do karaoke in the first hour, and when you do karaoke, you get the choice between two songs. Both of them are bangers, but I do recommend the wonderful ballad Baka Mitai.
All right, I will.
Even though another one like turns into a music video where you're suddenly in a rock band, but Baka Mitai is just a beautiful ballad.
Right, I will attempt to get that done as well.
Hang on, I need to. Maybe I'll get it up now. Hang on. Where's the chorus? Hang on. No. Come on. Oh, right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And you're just doing button presses to whenever he's speaking.
Do you know what that translates as?
What?
Damadanai Bakamatai. That won't do. So foolish. The Bakamatai is so foolish bit.
But he's like, it's really mournful. It rules.
Nice.
Anyway, Bakamatai.
Right. Well, that was episode 482 of Film Bastards. I thank you very much, Rebecca.
Oh, thanks, Mark.
And I thank you very much, Ian.
Konnichiwa.
And thank you very much for listening, guys. And we shall speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Sayonara.